You're like, stay away, Grelin. Grelin says, I'm not stopping. I'm relentless. I'm coming for you. Eat. Coach Greg, and today we're going to go over a video by Ryan Humiston. The video is called Lose Those Love Handles Forever. Ryan is a popular YouTuber best known for giving out information on how to train. But does he know anything about dieting? Well, he looks like he does. The guy's pretty shredded, but let's see and find out. Does the guy give out quality information on a diet? Is he going to say calories in, calories out is not effective? Let's watch and see what does he say is the best way to lose weight forever.
So this video came about because I still get a ton of messages from people asking, hey, what's the best exercise to get rid of these love handles? And while I don't watch everybody else's content, I've seen some of the titles. The ones like the best 7-minute muffin top workout that will literally melt fat and make your junk 3 inches bigger.
Frankly, I wouldn't be surprised if this exact title were already out there. So many popular YouTubers just tell you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. I'm hoping Ryan will give out quality information and not try to sucker you in like Jeff Cavalier does to put an inch on your arms in 22 days. Bullshit promises that you know just aren't gonna come true. So why do we make these titles like lose love handles or burn stubborn belly fat? Because you, the viewer, you want it. You click on these titles. So I hope you already know you can't specifically target fat loss in a certain area. You know you can't just do sit-ups to lose the love handles, to burn stubborn belly fat. The fat's gonna go where it goes. I'm sure Ryan knows this, but let's see what he gives. Let's see what information he provides.
And I hate to be the bearer of bad news. As much as I like to come up with creative exercises and workouts, I can't reach between my cheeks and pull out an exercise that's going to magically make you less of a jiggly mess.
You're not going to burn fat from those areas by training a certain way. Sorry, you're just not. You have to lose enough fat so that eventually it goes from all areas of the body, including the love handles.
All right, let's first start out with carb cycling.
So he starts off by talking about carb cycling, where you have a high carb day, moderate, and next to nothing.
Now, the high day is hypercaloric. You're getting about 2 to 2.5 grams of carbohydrates per pound of body weight. The medium day is basically maintenance calories, about a 0.5 gram per pound of body weight.
How is a 0.5 gram of carbs per pound of body weight a moderate carb intake? That's low. I'm not even 200 pounds, so that means I have to eat under 100 grams of carbs a day. I had 100 grams of carb for breakfast. And that's on a moderate day. This is not making any sense. I have to disagree. This carb cycling thing, it's just another gimmick. It's a fad. It doesn't make sense. You're not going to lose fat quicker by having one day very high in carbs, another day moderate, another day very low. You're better off to be moderate all the time, to have balance. It's all about balance, not about eating a bunch of bullshit. You can't have more food on one day, less on another day, and think you're going to burn fat quicker by doing that. No, that's bullshit. It's not going to work. Sorry.
And the low day is an I hate my life, calorie deficit, no carb day.
Why are you going to do this diet if on some days you hate your life? That's not something you can sustain. You need a diet that you can do forever. It needs to be something you enjoy.
But anybody who's ever done this before knows you get the best results on the extreme end. So just having high and low carb days, going from hypercaloric to hypo, it's going to get you the best results.
No, it's not going to give you the best results going from hypercaloric to hypo. No, doesn't make sense. You don't need a high day and a low day. Oh, I'll eat 3,000 calories one day and 1,000 the other day. I'll lose a lot of weight on the 1,000, and on the 3,000 I'll gain weight. Why would you do that? Eat 2,000 every day and feel normal all the time.
Pros and cons. One of the benefits is you can program those high days around your most demanding body parts. Also, it's just an incredibly effective way to diet.
No, it's not an incredibly effective way to diet. The incredibly effective way to diet is the diet you're going to follow for life. The diet you enjoy, the diet you like, not the one that you hate your life on some days and love it on other days.
And for the cons, it's hard as hell to stick to.
He just said it's hard as hell to stick to. Do you want a diet that's hard as hell to stick to? No, of course you don't. So why would I advise you to do carb cycling in the first place? Should have started by saying, carb cycling, bullshit diet, stop doing it.
You also have to give up junk food as a whole because there's really no place for garbage calories in a diet like this.
It's about moderation. You don't have to give up all junk food. You can have some in moderation. You should enjoy your diet enough that you don't want to cheat on it. You don't even want the junk food. Sure, you can have it every now and then. You just don't crave it all the time because your diet is already taking care of these cravings.
And just a little aside, the benefits you're going to receive from those really high carb days and fueling your workouts, You might not see it for the first 2 weeks because your stomach will not be used to those carbohydrates. You're going to spend half of the workout blowing them out in the bathroom.
I mean, it's nonstop cons. He's talking about that you're going to be blowing them out in the bathroom. Who wants to have an upset stomach for 2 weeks to get used to the extra carbs? Try not eating the extra carbs in the first place. Why should you suffer on a diet?
All right, next up, we got intermittent fasting. And this is one of my favorite diets for people that are roughly this big.
Newsflash. Every single diet that's effective is effective for all people. Not people that are this big, but not this big. This big, not this big. No, it's effective for everyone. Everyone is a freaking circle. Anyone that wants to lose weight can lose weight on the same freaking diet. Calories in, calories out. If you're in a deficit, you're going to lose weight. The diet needs to allow you to be in a deficit.
The most common way to do it is a 16-8, which is a 16-hour fast, 8-hour window. That's really geared towards the general population that start their day off by butt chugging a 400-calorie drink from Starbucks.
I don't understand this lingo, but a 400-calorie Starbucks drink. Well, this is my second one, and both have under 100 calories. So rather than drinking high sugar, high fat coffees and lattes and whatnot, choose lower calorie ones. Use lower calorie milk or alternatives to milk. Use artificial sweeteners, low calorie creamers. There's a smarter way to do this than to just think you can starve yourself for 16 hours, then eat whatever you want for 8. Sorry, if you starve yourself for 16 hours, ghrelin, it's going to come for you. It's a hunger hormone. It's going to start punching you in the face until you eat. You're like, stay away, ghrelin. Ghrelin says, I'm not stopping. I'm relentless. I'm coming for you. Eat. And eventually you're going to eat. You might hold them off at first. You're strong at first, but your willpower not going to last. Eventually you're going to cave. You're going to eat. You're going to start eating. You're not going to be able to put the fork down. You're going to keep binging. That's what intermittent fasting does. Some people, sure, couple of you. Lucky you, you can do it. It works for you. Fantastic. Keep doing it. But you're also not going to have as many opportunities for muscle growth. Not going to build as much muscle doing intermittent fasting as if you spread out your meals. So why are you making it harder on yourself to build muscle? Oh, I'm on PDs. I can get away with it. Even if you're on PDs, why are you making it harder on yourself to build muscle? The more muscle you have, the faster your metabolism.
The better ways to do it are the warrior diet, which is a 20-hour fast, 4-hour window, or whatever's cooler than a warrior, where you do a 23-hour fast and just one giant meal.
No, a warrior diet isn't better. 20 hours of starving yourself isn't better than 16 hours of starving yourself. It's just more hours of starving yourself. Do you know what's the best? Not starving yourself. Like normal people that eat. You know, throughout the day, they eat breakfast and lunch and supper. And when they're hungry, they have a snack. They don't have a watch with a countdown saying, only 19 more hours till I get to eat. Yay, I can't wait. Does that make sense? Should we be sitting there looking at our watches saying, 4.5 minutes left till I can eat? It's only been 19 hours. I can't wait to eat. We're human beings. You get hungry and you eat. We're not 6 years old. We don't just eat when our moms and dads say, dinner's ready, come eat. We eat when we want to eat. And when we want to eat should be when we're hungry, not starving, hungry. You don't want to be in the extremes of starving or stuffed. You want to be in the middle. You should eat till you're satisfied. That's when you stop. But if you starve yourself, whether it's intermittent fasting or you just diet too long, you know, you do a bodybuilding show or you try to maintain 6% body fat for too long, body says, nope, we're not having it. Makes you hungrier and hungrier and hungrier, and sooner or later you're going to give up. Willpower runs out, your body takes over, and you keep eating and you can't put the fork down. That's why these diets don't work.
And last but not least, because this is my go-to, a keto style of diet.
Notice the goes to it. A diet should be for life, one that you always do. Why wouldn't he just always be doing keto if it works so well? I always eat the same way. I love what I eat. The only difference is if I'm getting ready for a competition, I eat fewer calories because it's CECO, calories in, calories out. So why is he going to it sometimes and not always doing it if it's so great or so amazing?
But instead, I found that if you focus less on trying to get yourself in ketosis and instead on just getting good monosaturated fats as your energy source, you're going to get better results.
That makes zero sense. The keto diet is, in fact, based on being in ketosis. That is the whole point. The whole point is you need to be in ketosis. Ketones. Ketone bodies being produced. Ketosis, the keto diet. If the main thing is just having a bunch of monounsaturated fats, why don't you just eat a diet that's high in monounsaturated fats? If that's what you want those fats, then be my guest, have that. But being on a keto diet means you focus on being in ketosis.
And you definitely don't have to worry about me being biased because all diets suck.
Well, he's almost right. All diets suck. Because he hasn't tried mine. It's easy to say all diets suck until you found the one that doesn't. It's like people that say, oh, I hate cardio. Cardio sucks. Till you buy a bike and learn to love it, then it's amazing. You need to find what you enjoy. You need to find the diet that you like, the exercise that you want to do for life.
Now, the pros of this one are you're going to feel more satiated throughout the day because you have fat with every single meal. And the cons are by the end of the week, you're going to hit a wall hard. By the time you get to that refeed meal, you're definitely going to need it.
So the pros are you have fat every meal, it makes you more satiated. Well, guess what? Having protein and fiber at every meal, also going to make you satiated. Eating lower calorie dense foods, gonna make you satiated. They're larger meals, larger portions that fill your stomach. You feel full, and when you're full, you're not hungry. Doesn't that make sense? And he says the cons, well, by the time you get to your cheat meal or cheat day by the end of the week, you're going to need it because you're starving by then. Why don't you eat a diet that doesn't cause you to be starving by the end of the week in the first place?
Also, you're going to have to learn how to train with your pent-up hunger as your energy source because you really don't have much but fat, and that's not the same as delicious carb.
And he's saying you're going to have to deal with your hanger. Angry, hungry, hungry, anger, something like that. Do you really want to be on a diet that you have to deal with that? Why would you choose that? Why are you choosing to eat dirt, to eat a diet that you don't enjoy, that you're always hungry, just like Brian Shaw? Why? Just because you can do it. It's not a suffering competition. It's a does it work competition. So why are you choosing to suffer when you don't need to suffer? If it works, it works.
Tip number 1, which is the most important when it comes to losing those love handles, is of those 3 diets, which one can you do without fail? Everybody's different. I know for me personally, I can't do carb cycling.
He can't do carb cycling. It doesn't work for him because he gets too hungry. He hasn't tried the circle diet, and how do I know? Well, he didn't talk about it in this video. He talked about 3 diets that to me don't even make any sense. There was way more cons than pros to those diets. Try the circle diet. You won't regret it.
Tip number 2, throw away all the junk in your house. And if you're going to sit there and say, I can't, my kids love goldfish crackers. All kids love goldfish crackers.
Good quality tip here. Get rid of the crap. Get rid of the junk. And the parents, and I've dealt with this, the same thing. Oh, but my kids like goldfish. Of course they do. They all do. You're the parent. You're supposed to be a positive role model, a good influence to your children. You don't need to feed them cake, ice cream, chips, candies every day. Oh, they're kids. Yeah, they're kids who are going to grow up and then not know how to diet, lose weight, not be healthy. You need to instill proper nutritional habits when they're young. You're the parent. That's your job. Your job is not to give your kids everything they want. If they want beer and cigarettes, are you going to just give your kid beer and cigarettes? Oh, they want it. You're supposed to say no. That's your job.
One of the best experiences I ever had was working with a single mom who had 4 kids who wanted her entire family to start eating healthier. I went over there with a 50-gallon trash can, put it in the center of the kitchen, and I said, all right, we're going to throw away all your junk food.
And listen, I'll extend this tip one step further. If you don't throw out all the junk, at least hide it. Out of sight, out of mind. If you don't see it, you're not going to crave it. For example, my girlfriend last night had, babe, what the heck was that cereal? Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You think I can sit down and look at Cinnamon Toast Crunch and not want to eat it? I have good willpower. I can look at it. I won't want to eat it. But Grellin's like, Coach Greg, you know you want some. And then you start eating it, and then before you know it, the entire box is gone. But if you hide the cereal, you don't see it. It's not visually there. It's not sitting on the counter for breakfast every day. You don't see, you don't think about it. You don't want it. Don't make it easily accessible. Put it somewhere else. Put it in a closet, somewhere you don't see it every single time you open the drawer. And if it's in the freezer, put it behind something. You got ice cream there, put it behind something. You don't want to see ice cream every single time you get an ice cube.
And I'll end this with the question or the hot topic that everybody talks about. Should you actually train your obliques? Depends. If you're actually going to follow through with a diet and get the results, then yeah, you'll actually see more definition. You'll build those obliques up more. But if you're just a habitual failure of diets, No, it's just going to make your waist blockier.
And what's my opinion on training your obliques? No, I don't think you need to. Even if you're ripped, why would you want a ripped, thicker waist? Most people are looking for a smaller waist. Why would you do anything to thicken it? I'm not saying don't train it at all, and let it be weak and let it be a weakness and get injured. I'm saying you don't need to specifically target the obliques or abdominals to make them thicker and bigger. Not going to make you look better. Training the obliques is not going to specifically target fat burn, anything in the love handles. So if you're doing abdominal exercises of any kind thinking you're going to get better abs, you are not. You need to lose the fat that's covering them. The way your abs will look is predominantly based on genetics.
That's not the biggest issue. The issue is your shit diet. And I've said this before, you can't out-crunch a shit diet.
And I have to agree with Ryan, you can't out-crunch a shit diet. You need to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. You can't just do a bunch of crunches and expect to have abs. Ended it here. GregDoucette.com for coaching, Greg Doucette IB Pro. And don't forget, subscribe, click the bell button. Be sure to watch one of those videos that are blooped over there. Don't forget, subscribe, click the bell button. Do it now, subscribe. You have to press it right now, not later. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and until next time, buy my freaking cookbook. I'm out.